The Seattle rain doesn't fall, it hovers. Tiny droplets like pinpricks stab the black polyester of my graduation gown, soaking in slowly before running in rivulets down my wrist. I stand at the edge of Red Square, University of Washington, surrounded by hundreds of laughs and cheese shouts from families. Camera flashes light up everywhere, but not one is for me. I've just stepped off the stage, my real estate finance and sustainable development degree still warm in my hand. 4 gigapascals, 3 years on the dean's list, a $20,000 scholarship from the Women in Real Estate program. It's all tucked inside a navy blue envelope now, as soaked as I am. My phone buzzes in my gown pocket. One message. Coach says Mariners scout is here. Can't make it. Congrats, Emily. Mom. I read it 3 times, as if staring longer will rewrite the words. No. Still the same. No apology, no. We'll make it up to you. Just a line as dry as the Starbucks coffee I brew at 5 a.m. every day. 4 years ago I stood in this same rain, but in the Bellevue Starbucks parking lot. 4:45 a.m. Green apron hands shaking from cold mouthing CAPM formulas while frothing milk. Then the evening shift at the Ballard Seafood Restaurant, smell of grilled salmon clinging to my hair until morning. And late nights when the dorm was asleep, I'd flip on my desk lamp and tutor corporate finance online to first years in Cali, $45 an hour. Enough for tuition, enough for ramen, enough to never call home begging for a dime. My family isn't poor. Dad Ryan Harper owns Harper Builders, a small construction firm in Renton specializing in tract homes and kitchen remodels. He built the 2-story house we grew up in by hand, red brick walls, gray shingle roof, pure Pacific Northwest. Mom Lisa does the books for Dad and doubles as family schedule manager. And that schedule since I was 5 has revolved around 2 people, my brothers, Mason and Logan. Mason, 6 years older, an A-ball pitcher with the Tacoma Rainiers Mariners farm system. Every weekend meant a different ball field, Spokane, Everett, even Modesto. Mom and Dad never missed a game. I still remember the time I made finals at National History Day in Seattle's center topic, sustainable urban growth after World War II. I built a 3D model of South Lake Union from cardboard and LED lights. Mom promised she'd come, but Mason had playoffs. I stood on stage, accepted my trophy in front of 300 people, only my history teacher clapping. Logan, 3 years older, graduated UW Foster School of Business, now an analyst at Goldman Sachs Seattle. For his commencement, Mom and Dad shut down the job site for a day and flew to New York. Me, I mailed gold embossed invitations, called for 3 straight weeks, even set reminders in the family Google Calendar. Mom said, "It's on the list, honey." Dad nodded, "I'll take the day off." The night before graduation, I lay on my bunk in the dorm, eyes wide open. I pictured the whole family in the front row, Dad in his rarely used gray suit, Mom holding white lilies, Mason whistling, Logan filming on his phone. I'd walk across the stage, smile bright, and for once be the center. But no. This morning the text came at 6:02, while I was tying my shoes in the locker room. I slumped onto the bench, hands shaking so bad I dropped my lipstick. "My roommate Sarah asked you okay?" I shook my head, forced a grin. "Fine. Family's busy." Now I stand here alone. Rain still falling. I look left, a black family hugging and crying. Right, Indian parents cradling their daughter chanting, "We're so proud." I glance down at my scuffed black Converse and wonder, what did I do wrong? Mason, 6 years older, an A-ball pitcher with the Tacoma Rainiers Mariners farm system. Every weekend meant a different ball field, Spokane, Everett, even Modesto. Mom and Dad never missed a game. I still remember the time I made finals at National History Day in Seattle's center topic, sustainable urban growth after World War II. I built a 3D model of South Lake Union from cardboard and LED lights. Mom promised she'd come, but Mason had playoffs. A warm voice cuts through my thoughts. Professor Naomi Chen, my advisor, stands beside me holding a clear umbrella over us both. She's in a Burberry trench, silver hair in a high bun, sharp East Asian eyes. She's the one who read my 15-page paper on repurposing Georgetown's industrial zone into sustainable mixed use and said, "You have a developer's eye." "You came," I whisper, fighting tears. My star student graduates, how could I miss it? She wipes a raindrop from my cheek. "Where's the family?" I smile weakly, show her the phone. She reads, sighs. "Baseball," she shakes her head. "They'll regret it, Emily. One day they'll wish they'd been here." I look at her, then at the soggy degree in my hand. 4 years. 16 Seattle seasons. Thousands of coffee cups. Millions of steps from Renton to Seattle. All leading to this moment, and no one from my family saw it. But I don't cry. Not anymore. Something hard is growing in my chest. Not anger. Not resentment. Resolve. Iron. I grip the degree tighter, rain running between my fingers. They don't know, I say, voice small but steady, that in 7 years the name Emily Harper will be behind the $3.4 million penthouse on the 36th floor of the Apex. All of Seattle will talk about it. Magazines will put. Investors will line up. And the people who treated me like the extra kid will have to look up, way up, to see where I am. Professor Naomi smiles, rests a hand on my shoulder. That's the girl I know. The rain keeps falling. But this time I'm not cold anymore. I grew up in the red brick house in Renton, 23 miles and a world of attention from downtown Seattle. Dad Ryan Harper built it himself the year I turned 5, craftsman-style brick, big windows for the gray Puget Sound light charcoal shingles. He told clients Harper Builders doesn't just build houses, we build homes. But that home always felt one corner short for me. Weekends smelled of fresh-cut grass and strike from Renton High's baseball field. Mason, big brother, the once-in-a-generation pitcher, according to his coach. Mom and Dad never missed a game. I remember Dad shutting the site early to drive 180 miles to Salem for Mason's regional tournament. I was 11, just selected for National History Day finals with a model recreating 1,889 Pioneer Square cardboard LEDs, even a mini fog machine. Mom swore she'd come. But Mason threw a perfect game. I stood on the Seattle Center stage, took my trophy in front of 400 people, only my history teacher clapping. Mom and Dad texted, "Proud of you, kiddo, Mason's on fire." Logan, middle brother, the family brain. Won nationals in debate junior year, got invited to Harvard mock trial in Cambridge. Mom drove 200 miles to Portland to watch Logan dismantle Yale. I was 14, just won second place in AIA Seattle's Young Architect Contest, a container home village for Georgetown's homeless. I brought the drawings home buzzing. Dad glanced, "Cool hobby, but real estate is cutthroat. Girls don't last." Mom patted my hair, "Study for fun, then marry stable." The drawings got folded, stuffed in a desk drawer, gathering dust. My room was at the hall's end, walls papered with graph paper sketches. I drew tree houses, high-rises with hanging gardens, even a floating city on Elliott Bay. Mason had a trophy case of gleaming gold. Logan had shelves of crystal cups and Ivy League invites. I had graph paper and dreams. For my $20,000 UW scholarship ceremony, I wore a navy dress Mom bought on Macy's sale. I stood in the Foster School atrium, heart pounding. The MC called Emily Harper full merit scholarship. I walked up, smiled, scanned the crowd. No parents. Phone buzzed. Mom's photo of Logan in a Goldman Sachs interview room, caption "Future VP." I snapped my trophy, sent it to the family chat. Dad replied, "Nice. Logan just got the internship. Celebrating at Daniel's Broiler tonight. No invite." I learned not to expect. I learned to self-reward, a matcha latte after a shift, an all-nighter perfecting a SketchUp model. I turned silence into fuel. But every time I heard Mom and Dad come home late, hot dog smell still on their clothes, I wondered if I could throw a 95 miles per hour fastball or had a 4 at Harvard, would they show? They don't know those graph paper drawings would become real. That the girl left behind the bleachers would build a 36-story tower overlooking the Space Needle. And when that day comes, they'll have to crane their necks way up to see me. I started freshman year at University of Washington with $1 200 inches savings, one suitcase of old clothes, and a scratched 2014 Dell laptop. Dorm on the 3rd floor of Haggett Hall, window facing a UPS loading dock. Musty smell and 430 a.m. alarms became my companions. 445 Starbucks, Bellevue Square. Green apron, hands numb, reciting REIT formulas while steaming milk. Cap rate is NOI divided by purchase price. I muttered, NOI is net operating income. Customer orders grande pike. I nod, but I'm calculating. If a 5000 square lot in South Lake Union has $180K annual NOI, 6% cap rate, what's the value? $3 million. I jot it on a cup sleeve, stuff it in my pocket. Shift ends 9:30. I jog to the bus, make 10 a.m. Real estate finance. 6 p.m. The Walrus and the Carpenter Seafood in Ballard. Garlic butter smell in my hair, clinking knives. I carry trays of raw oysters over here. 2 guys at the next table. Flipped a house in Capitol Hill, bought $420K, remodeled $80K, sold $720K in 4 months. I scribble on my phone, pretend to wipe the table. Tips that night, $180. Enough for sustainable development textbooks. 10 p.m. Dorm room, $12, Amazon LED desk lamp. I fire up Zoom tutor corporate finance to UC Davis freshman. What's discounted cash flow, I ask. Positive NPV means invest, he answers. I nod. Earn $45 divided by hour. 1 hour tutoring equals 3 lattes equals a quarter of rent. I sleep at 1:30, alarm rings 3 hours later. 3rd Friday, I submit an analysis of an abandoned South Lake Union lot, 1.2 acres old shipyard, now weeds and asbestos. I propose mixed-use ground floor co-working, upper microlofts, rooftop farm. Professor Naomi Chen asks me to stay after class. She's in a camel wool coat, silver bun, soft but sharp voice. Miss Harper, this isn't freshman work. She sets my drawings on the desk. You see potential where others see trash. Rare. I blush. I just like the math. My husband Harold Brooks started with a rotting warehouse in Georgetown. Now it's Brooks Tower, $200 million annual revenue. She locks eyes with me. Want an unpaid internship at my firm? I almost drop my water. Really? Really? But full-time hours. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Can you handle it? I nod before thinking. I have a 5 a.m. Starbucks shift. She smiles. Good. Time management is lesson 1. Interning at Chen and Associates was hell and heaven. I photocopied filed zoning docs, sat in meetings with architects twice my age. I learned CAD drawings, contractor negotiations, investor pitches. Naomi never praised, but an occasional nod told me I was on track. Senior year, I mailed gold-embossed graduation invites. Called mom 3 weeks straight. It's on the calendar, sweetie. Dad via FaceTime, I'll take the day. I set white lilies by my dorm door, imagining mom holding them. Night before, 1:47 p.m. Text from mom. Mason has a private tryout with Mariners. 10 a.m. tomorrow. We have to go. Congrats. I collapse on the floor, hands shaking. Sarah, my roommate, hugs me. Don't cry. You deserve better. Next morning, I put on my gown, tie, my hair high, no lipstick. I walk the stage, the PA booms, Emily Harper, summa cum laude. Crowd applauds. I look down, family row empty. Only Professor Naomi's phone flash from the corner held high, like a lighthouse. I take my degree, smile. Not from joy. Because I know this is the start. Not the end. Postgrad, I send 47 applications, get 46 polite rejections, and 1 interview at Apex Realty LLC. Office on the 3rd floor of a brown brick in Pioneer Square, flickering neon Apex sign. Inside, stained brown carpet, burnt coffee smell from a 1998 Mr. Coffee. Gary Mitchell, boss, striped shirt, loose tie, eyes me head to toe. Real estate finance, UW, 4 gigapascals, he repeats flatly. Nice. But here you photocopy, answer phones, brew coffee. $38K divided by year, no benefits. Take it or leave it. I swallow pride, nod. I'll take it. My 420 SQF Belltown studio is all $38K allows. 7th floor elevator, broken 4/7 days, hallway smelling of cigarettes and Downy. I set a folding IKEA table by the window overlooking rainy 1st Avenue. Mini fridge hums, single bed sags. But it's mine, paid with my money. Week 3, I haul groceries up the stairs, elevator under maintenance again. A tiny elderly woman, silver bun, leans on a walnut cane outside 7B, cashmere cream sweater, pearl necklace, not your typical Belltown resident. Young and already climbing stairs like an athlete, she says, warm but sharp. Lend me an arm. I carry her bags heavy with Perrier and Walker's shortbread. She opens 7B, spotless Earl Grey scent. Wall of black and white photos, a man before a gleaming glass tower, sign Brooks Properties. Harold Brooks, she introduces, pouring tea into Wedgwood cups. My husband. Built 3 iconic Seattle high-rises in the 82nd Brooks Tower, Harbor Steps, and Apex. She points out the window toward Belltown. 36th floor of Apex is still mine. Unsold. I nearly drop my cup. Apex. The 36-story green glass one. She nods, slides a butter cookie plate my way. Harold bought the land in 1982 when the world thought Belltown was a dump. Now Amazon Google fight for it. But I'm old, I don't want to manage. I bite a cookie, try not to stare. I work at Apex Realty. Tiny brokerage. She chuckles. Gary Mitchell's still alive, she sips tea. Harold started in a ratty office too. Paperboy, then broker, then built his first tower with loan shark money. He said, find people who see gold in garbage. I blush. I wouldn't dare. Don't be modest. I see how you look at old buildings, eyes light up. Harold did too. She stands, pulls a thick folder from a drawer. 1994 Apex Environmental Report. Asbestos lead the works. Harold kept it to remind problems are opportunities. I flip pages, heart racing. May I borrow this? Keep it. And if you want, come see the 36th floor Saturday. I still have the key. I nod, speechless. Heading back, I clutch the folder like treasure. Elevator still broken, but I climb 7 flights without tiring. In my head, 36th floor Apex, green glass, Space Needle view, a 2-year-old standing there looking down on Seattle. Saturday, I stand before an 1898 carriage house on 14th Avenue East, Capitol Hill. Sagging roof, rotting walls, most windows gone, weeds waist high. Bank owned, $48,000, sign dangling like a dare. I snap photos, text Mrs. Evelyn. Reply instant, Harold would love it. Come over. The 36th floor of Apex is another world. Walnut floors, floor to ceiling windows, Puget Sound sparkling. Mrs. Evelyn sits in a leather armchair, pours tea. I spread my iPad on the glass table, 3D render of the carriage house, preserve original structure, convert to 1 bed plus office loft, open kitchen, restored stained glass doors, small rooftop garden. Cost $132K, sell $265K, 38% profit in 7 months. She flips pages, silent. I swallow. I know I don't have the money. Harold started with a Georgetown garage. She cuts in, signing a $120,000 check. 50-50 partnership. Invoices, receipts, weekly reports. Don't disappoint me. I take the check, hands trembling. I won't. Next week I buy the house, cash, bank foreclosure, no mortgage. I quit Apex Realty to Gary sneers, flipping with an old lady's $120K. Good luck. I don't answer, I have bigger work. 7 months is 210 sleepless days. I learn welding from YouTube, hands blistered by sparks. I paint exterior PU until 2 a.m., chemical smell in my hair. I negotiate with a Vietnamese contractor in the ID. Uncle Hung cuts 15% on lumber for 50% upfront. I teach myself electrical, pull wires from the main box to hidden LED ceiling strips. Carpenter Mr. Delgado, 72, Mexican, sees me struggle with broken stained glass. Mija, let me show you. He brings 4 0-year-old tools, teaches lead came, soldering, polishing until emerald glass glows new. Harold did this too, he says, wiping glass. He said, respect the past to build the future. I live on site. Air mattress, hot plate, kitchen, outdoor shower. Every night I tally $12, $300 reclaimed oak, $8, $700 windows, $4, $200 plumbing. I email Excel reports to Miss Evelyn. She replies with thumbs up emojis. Final night, new oak floor installed. I lie spread eagles, staring at the glowing LED ceiling. Wood and paint still pungent. I text Mrs. Evelyn, done. Come see. Open house day. I stand at the door, nervous. The house is now a masterpiece, exposed brick, vibrant stained glass under sun, quartz kitchen, rooftop herb garden. First visitors, young Amazon couple. They tour, eyes wide. $248K, I say. They nod, sign $10K deposit on the spot. Profit $68K each. I hold the check, shaking. Mrs. Evelyn hugs me. Harold would be proud. I officially register Harper and Brooks Development with Washington Secretary of State. First office, my 420 sqft Belltown studio, IKEA table, now meeting desk, old couch, client seating. I hang a small sign outside, turning history into homes. Gary Mitchell walks by, glances, shakes his head. I smile. He doesn't know this is just the beginning. Next step will be 36 stories high. 3 years after the carriage house, I own 7 projects under Harper and Brooks development. Office moved from Belltown studio to second floor of a red brick Georgetown warehouse, big windows, polished concrete, Stumptown coffee smell. Team me full-time assistant Jade, 24 UW architecture grad, and a 2-page favorite contractor list. Project 11912 Queen Anne bungalow, leaky roof, leaning walls. Kept old growth frame, added compressed straw insulation, oversized glass for bay views. Sold in 11 days, 42% profit. Projects 2 to 3 Fremont twin townhouses, former tailor shop. Turned attics into lofts, vertical hanging gardens, automated rainwater irrigation. Microsoft tech couple paid $55K over ask. Projects 4 to 6 3 Georgetown lofts in old brick factory. Kept steel columns, exposed 14 feet ceiling skylights. One loft had 400 squift rooftop, heirloom tomato garden, buyer paid $20K extra to keep it. Project 71928 Madison Park Lake House, former vacation home. Installed hidden roof, solar radiant floors, sliding glass to Lake Washington. Sold to AI startup CEO $1.2 million. My style becomes a brand, preservation plus passive house plus PNW aesthetic. Reclaimed warehouse wood, big gray light windows, air filtering, hanging gardens, near zero energy. I don't build new, I resurrect. Contractors call me the girl who turns trash to gold. Success comes fast. April of Year 3 AIA Seattle Awards Best Adaptive Reuse for Georgetown Loft #3. I wear a simple black dress except the crystal trophy at Seattle Art Museum. Press dubs me 27, turning garbage into treasure. Seattle Met runs cover, Emily Harper against red brick, headline the queen of adaptive reuse. I send the link to family chat. Mom replies seen. Dad silent. Mason texts privately, sis need $5K quick. New coach from Florida, curveball specialist. Mariners watching. I wire it knowing it's gone. Logan sends Rolex date photo, caption deal closed. $12K commission. I remind him of his $3K 2-year-old debt, he blocks me. I'm not angry. Just tired. Every site photo I send, mom posts Mason pitching stories. Every open house invite, dad's busy with new contract. I stop sending. I stop inviting. I focus on building every brick, every square foot of garden, every $100K profit contract. Mrs. Evelyn, now 85, remains silent partner. She skips input, just gets quarterly reports and green investment profits. One evening she calls, Harold would be proud. But don't let family drag you down. They don't see it doesn't mean you don't exist. I nod into the phone, eyes on the office window, Space Needle blinking. I know the next project will be different. No more small houses. No more $200K profits. I'm ready for something bigger, something that forces Seattle and my family to look up. I find the Apex building one rainy October afternoon. Driving First Avenue in Belltown, scouting old warehouses, I spotted 36-story 1,930 office tower, green glass, dusty ground floor boarded with plywood. For sale, $2. 1M sign faded. I pull over, step into the rain, tilt my head back. Top floor hazy in mist, but I see Space Needle twinkling, Elliott Bay, a silver ribbon. I know. This is it. 400-page environmental report, asbestos floors 1 hasta 15, lead paint 40%, concrete column, wrote those roof leaks. Renovation estimate $4. 8 million. Total $6. 9 million. I have $1.8 million cash from 7 projects. Not enough. I present in Georgetown office that night. Jade stares at renderings. Emily, this is 5 times our biggest job. If asbestos overruns, we're bankrupt. James, project manager, shakes head, banks won't lend. Too risky. I call Mrs. Evelyn. Voice weak but clear. Harold lost everything on a Georgetown warehouse once. Then made $40 million on Brooks Tower. Your call. I mortgage my Queen Anne bungalow, my home, sell my Tesla Model 3, secure $3.2 million bank loan on flawless 7 project track record. I sign Apex purchase with $2.1 million cash. Closing day, Gary Mitchell texts, heard you bought the Belltown corpse. Enjoy bankruptcy. I block him. 18 months of hell begin. Months 1 to 3 demolition. I camp on the 36th floor, wind howling through broken windows, rain soaking my sleeping bag. I mix mortar myself, hands blistered. Asbestos crew works 24/7, costs overrun $400K week 1. Bank calls 30 days to prove progress. I send photos of rotted columns, 60% damage, not 40%. James wants to quit. I refuse. Month 4, turn problems into art. Structural engineer suggests new columns, $1.2 million 3-month delay. I say no. Expose them. Stainless wraps matte black paint. Brutalist art. I sketch on a napkin, send to architect. He thinks I'm crazy. But does it? Rotted columns become focal points, raw bold, telling a 90-year story. Months 5 to 9 skeleton. I earn a mini crane license in 2 weeks. I hoist steel to 36 hands, shaking but precise. New roof, transparent solar glass generates power and daylight. 50,000 gallon rainwater system filtered through rooftop garden. I plant native ferns, baby Douglas firs on recycled steel frames. I camp on the 36th floor, wind howling through broken windows, rain soaking my sleeping bag. I mix mortar myself, hands blistered. Asbestos crew works 24/7, costs overrun $400K week 1. Bank calls 30 days to prove progress. I send photos of rotted columns, 60% damage, not 40%. James wants to quit. I refuse. Floor à 3535 loft 12 ceilings, floor to ceiling windows, quartz kitchens, reclaimed oak floor. Floor 36, 2-level penthouse, 4500 SQF spiral stair from old steel column, 2000 SQF rooftop garden with outdoor fireplace, BBQ, 270 degrees views, Space Needle, Sound Olympics. I install hidden LED ceiling strips myself, check every bulb nightly. Months 10 to 15 interiors. Month 16 cash crisis. Costs hit $5.6 million. Bank refuses more. I sell Queen Anne bungalow, move into 36th floor tent. Jade quits, pay 2 months late. I work alone, instant noodles, 3 hours sleep. One night on 36, wind cutting city lights below, I cry. Then wipe tears, keep going. I post progress on Instagram at Harper Brooks Dev 400,000 followers. San Francisco investor DMs Penthouse. How much, not listed yet? I reply, not for sale. Month 18, finish. Final day, I stand in the penthouse, warm walnut underfoot, windows open to sea breeze. Rooftop garden, lush solar glass gleaming. I text Mrs. Evelyn Dunn. She replies, Harold's clapping. I list lofts, $680K average. Penthouse, $3.4 million. In 48 hours, 30 lofts under contract. Penthouse gets 3 offers over ask. Architectural Digest books cover shoot. I stand on 36, look down on Seattle, smile. My family still doesn't know. But they will. Amazon announces Campus 3 Monday 9 a.m. Seattle Times headline, Amazon HQ 3, 5 million SQF 250000 jobs 3 blocks from Belltown. I'm on 36 drinking thermos coffee, watching the street. Phone explodes, Zillow, Redfin brokers investors. Area real estate jumps 25% in 10 days. My apex from corpse to gold. 48 hours later, all 35 lofts sold. Average price $680K, $260K over projection. I field 42 offers, 7 all cash. Penthouse 36 listed $3.4 million. Architectural Digest calls Tuesday afternoon cover for November. Shoot next week. I stand in the rooftop garden, wind in my hair, grinning until my cheeks hurt. News spreads like wildfire. Puget Sound Business Journal, 27 builds empire from abandoned warehouses. GeekWire, Apex Penthouse, future of sustainable urban living. Instagram at Harper Brooks Dev hits 100,000 followers in 72 hours. I get a letter from the Seattle mayor, TEDx speaking invite, and a text from Mom. Mom posts stories, Seattle Met article, screenshot caption. So proud of my daughter's new project, no tag, no name. I stare, smirk. 3 years silent now, daughter's new project. Mason texts 11 p.m. Hey sis, any units left for the boys? Need a spot near HQ3 for off-season training. Me sold out. Sorry. Him Simon family discount. Me family didn't show for graduation. No discount. He blocks me 30 seconds later. Dad Ryan calls Friday afternoon, first time in 14 months. Voice warm like nothing happened. Me family didn't show for graduation. No discount. Hey sis, any units left for the boys? Need a spot near HQ3 for off-season training. Don't be childish, Em. This is big. Amazon HQ, 3 money pouring in. I got contractor connections, you got the hot brand. Win-win. I'm silent 5 seconds. I'll think about it. He laughs loud. Good. Come home this weekend. Mom's making pot roast. I hang up, look over Elliott Bay. Family wakes up not from pride but from dollar signs. I text Jade, prep slide deck. 12 pages. Valuation debt pipeline. Family meeting this week will be interesting. They want partnership. Fine. But this time I set the rules. Friday, 7 p.m. I drive my rented Subaru Crosstrek after selling the Tesla up the Issaquah Hill to the red brick house unchanged in 20 years. Douglas fir out front strung with new white LED lights. Harper Builders lawn sign freshly painted. I park beside Mason's new Ford F-150 pickup templates and Logan's thrice mortgaged BMW 5 Series I know from public records. Mom opens the door, hugs me so tight I smell her new Diptyque Bay's $180 bottle. Emily, you're home. She pulls me in, eyes flicking to the leather folder under my arm. Brought work, never off, huh? Oak dining table set with white linen Diptyque candles, another bottle, scenting fig. Dad stands new gray suit, silk tie, first suit since Logan's graduation. There's my real estate genius daughter, he tries a hug. I sidestep lightly, set the folder down. Mason shoulder punches me, frat styles sup superstar. Read every Apex article. Sick. Logan nods, swirling red wine. Sustainability features vary. Innovative. Dinner starts with pot roast, Dad's favorite, Mom only makes for special occasions. The vibe is Hallmark fake. Mom gushes. Remember when Emily drew houses on graph paper? Now she builds whole towers. I smile politely, count bites. Dessert, homemade tiramisu, my favorite. Dad clears throat. Alright, main event. He wipes his mouth, pushes back his chair. Harper family has been in construction 30 years. Time to level up. He opens a leather briefcase, pulls a thick packet. Harper Family Ventures, merger proposal. New logo, stylized H navy blue. Dad pitches like Shark Tank. Asterisk Harper Builders cruise, contractor ties, local brand. Asterisk Harper and Brooks ideas, hot brand project pipeline. New structure. CEO Ryan Harper. Asterisk COO Mason Harper quitting baseball, shifting to marketing. Asterisk CFO, Logan Harper finance investor relations. Asterisk Chief Design Officer Emily Harper creative input, no voting rights. I flip to the last page. Harper and Brooks absorbed into Harper Family Ventures. My assets pay Harper Builders $1.8 million debt. Equity, Dad 51%, brothers 15% each, me 19%. Dad finishes, family goes big together, you don't have to do it alone anymore. 5 seconds silence. I open my leather folder, place 12 glossy slides on the table. Helvetica Neue font. Slide 1, Harper and Brooks development, valuation $12M, CBRE appraisal. Slide 2, revenue years 1-3 SON, 4.2M, 9.8M, 18.5M projected. Slide 3, debt $0. Slide 4 à 6 project 100% complete 40 et 1% average profit. Slides 7-9, Harper Builders $1. 8M loss in 18 months, 3 lawsuits, Westbrook Plaza Riverfront offices, mechanics liens from 3 subs. Slide 10, business credit A to C+. Slide 11, counter proposal, Harper Consulting, LLC. My separate firm. Restructure Harper Builders. Asterisk, keep Harper and Brooks fully independent. Fait 200 erhältst year plus 5% profit after Harper Builders breaks even. Slide 12, personal terms, family relationship agreement. Asterisk, attend each other's events. Asterisk, no unpaid loans. Asterisk, respect time and achievements. Dad's face reddens. What is this? You investigated me. Public records, I answer evenly. Any investor would before merging. Mom looks at Dad worried. Mason mumbles, Dad's company just hit a rough patch. Logan flips slides, eyes lighting at $12M valuation. Dad slams the table, after everything we gave you. I cut in, voice cold as 36th floor wind. You gave me absence. I gave myself everything else. Dead silence. Diptyque candle still burns fig scent cloying. I continue, I don't need a merger. I need real family, not when I have $12 million but when I had $1 200 inches, my account. Dad opens his mouth. Mom grabs his hand. Jack. Listen to her. I stand, take my folder. Doors open. When you're ready to talk like adults, call. I walk out, leaving their merger proposal on the table, an undeniable rejection. 6 months after the Issaquah dinner, I get an email from Dad, subject Harper Consulting, signed. Attached signed consulting contract $250K divided by year, fee, handwritten note, need meeting this week. No merger. I smile, print stamp. Harper Builders survives. I restructure, cut 3 losing contracts, pivot to high-end green home remodels, shift 60% crew to sustainable tech. First quarter revenue $420K, profit first in 3 years. Dad texts, thanks. No emoji, no explanation, enough. Mason shows up at Georgetown office one Tuesday morning, old Carhartt jacket, laptop in hand. Need to learn Revit. Not asking for a job, just project assistant. Minimum wage. I look at him, broad shoulders, tired eyes, elbow surgery scar. 8 a.m. Tomorrow. Bring a flash drive. He starts on time, learns unpaid for 3 months now, drafts loft plans faster than Jade. Logan leaves Goldman Sachs Seattle after layoffs. Texts, green investment fund, your idea. I got old clients. Partner, we launch Harper Green Capital $5M seed fund, invests in sustainable real estate under $2M. Logan in gray suits pitches, investors no Rolex. Harper Future Fund launches October, 1-year Apex anniversary. Scholarship plus seed grant for women of color in real estate, architecture, green engineering. Initial capital, $1. 2M from Apex profits, plus Mrs. Evelyn's $500K check note. For the next Emily, I hire Alicia, 22, Ethiopian UW architecture grad, family missed her graduation because mom worked double nursing shifts. Alicia reminds me of 2-year-old me. Fundraiser on Apex rooftop, Saturday, November evening. 48 degrees Fahrenheit, but garden warmed by LED strips, transparent solar glass still generating power at night. 250 guests, investors. Architects Press scholarship students. Reclaimed wood tables with lemon tarts, Washington wine. Jazz trio plays Take 5 softly. I wear a simple black dress, stand in the garden, mic in hand. 7 years ago, I graduated alone in the rain. Tonight we're here so no girl ever stands alone again. My family wears volunteer black tees with Harper Future Fund logo. Asterisk Dad at check-in issuing badges explaining Apex Green systems to guests. Asterisk Mom at silent auction tables, original Harold Brooks drawing VIP Apex tour Whidbey Island weekend. Asterisk Mason directing parking, grinning at guests, no ballpark smell. Asterisk Logan presenting fund slides, calm voice, no watch flex. Mrs. Evelyn 87 inches leather, armchair pearls, gleaming, watches me. She raises her sparkling cider to Emily, who built more than buildings. Auction closes $1. 8M pledged. Alicia gets first scholarship $50K plus 6-month internship at Harper and Brooks. She cries, hugs me. My family missed graduation. Now I have a new one. Late guests gone. I stand alone in a garden corner, Space Needle flashing red-white. Wind rustles, ferns. Dad walks over, hands in pockets, voice gravelly. I'm sorry. For graduation. For everything. I nod slightly. I don't need sorry anymore. I need you here today. He rests a hand on my shoulder, first time in 10 years. Mason and Logan drag folding chairs, sit around the fire pit. Mom brings leftover tarts. We eat in silence, just wind and distant jazz. No merger talk. No debt talk. Just family, late but real. I whisper soft enough for the wind to carry. I didn't need you to show up. I needed me to show up. Space Needle still glows. I'm here, 36th floor, Seattle sky. And this time I'm not alone. 1 year after the fundraiser, I sit at the walnut desk in Georgetown office, afternoon, Puget Sound sun through big windows. On the desk, contract for Project 15, a 12-story mixed use in South Lake Union, $48 million, capital partnered with Logan's fund. Phone buzzes. Text from Alicia. Photo of her 3D model container village for the homeless. Her senior project, first place AIA student award. She adds, "My family came. Thank you." I smile. Open my laptop. YouTube at Emily Harper. Dev hits 25,000 subscribers. Video from idea to blueprint, 7 steps for newbies at 1 million views. I record final voiceover for the next. You don't need someone to tell you you're worthy, you just need to start. Mrs. Evelyn passed last month. 88 left me 30% of old Brooks properties, $42 million value. I use part to create the Evelyn Brooks Legacy Grant, $100K yearly for women over 50 starting in real estate. She said before leaving Harold and I started late. You give them a shot. Family is different now. Dad sends site photos. Queen Anne remodel, solar array mason installed. Mom posts Sunday dinner stories, Domino's pizza, laughter, no diptyque candles. Logan texts. Mom asks if you're coming for pot roast this week. I reply yes. Bringing drawings. I step onto the small office balcony, look down on Georgetown, old factories, now lofts, cafes, yoga studios. I've built a piece of this city. Not to prove anything to anyone, to remind myself, your worth isn't in their eyes but in the hands you build with. Doorbell rings. Jade brings a Tacoma envelope. Inside, handwritten letter, childish but firm. Hi Emily, I'm Maya, 16. I built a treehouse model from your YouTube. I want to intern this summer. No money, but I have ideas. Can I start by sweeping floors? Attached photo of cardboard treehouse, rooftop, solar from bottle caps. I laugh, tears rolling. I write back on Harper and Brooks letterhead. Maya, floors always need sweeping. But your ideas are worth millions. Summer, Monday, 8 a.m. Bring pencils. I fold the letter, look out the window. Seattle still rains. But this time I know rain doesn't drown dreams. It cleans them, brightens them, readies them to grow into trees. You too. Start. I'm here on the 36th floor, and so can you.